I say I want a certain thing, but I observe my behavior doesn't actually exhibit the things that I say.
Yeah.
Or where I spend my money isn't exactly investing in the direction that I say I would like to go, or where I spend my time. Mm-hmm. What is happening there?
It's a great question. Humans are notoriously unreliable. Next question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
It's pretty fascinating, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Even for someone like yourself, as committed and disciplined as I would argue you are, and I'm sure that you would assert the same, that you can see that discrepancy, like what feels like a commitment, especially in the realm of health, wellness, vitality, longevity, that you might sort of have a pull towards, that your actions aren't always commensurate with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. So I would assert that what's actually transpiring, the mechanisms, is that there's, like many aspects of being human, there's layers to what we would call in this case desire or wanting, the energy of wanting. It's multifaceted, but for simplicity's sake, we could say that there's two primary forms of wanting. That which I would assert is innate, it's primal. Primal might not be the right word, because primal would then generally associated with the human organism. So that is more in the realm of survival, right? So that wanting, I would say, is much more reactive in its quality. Reactive meaning it's in association with, in relationship to our environment. So that form of wanting tends to be focused on making it. Right, so say we're at a bar, very simple everyday example, or at a restaurant, and the waiter, waitress is taking our order, and let's say for very tangible, relatable, everyday case studies, it's a guy and a girl on a first date.
Yeah.
And let's say the girl says, I'd like a glass of, Merlot. She has a glass of wine. Now, typically, what the real wanting of the male could be, is that he's committed to his health. Maybe he has a history of a little bit of drinking too much. Perhaps his brother was an alcoholic. There's some trauma associated with it. So deep inherently, he knows that he doesn't want to drink. He doesn't typically drink, but he's on a first date. So the primal wanting in that case, which is more to mate, to commune, to connect, to be loved and accepted, the wanting might get trumped. His inherent, we could say his more creative choice of wanting gets superseded by the reactive wanting of like, I don't want to look bad, and I'm much more interested in finding some sort of common ground. So he says, I'll have a glass of, that sounds nice, or I have a glass of Shiraz.
Yeah.
So that would be a fear-based wanting, which is more the reactive, which, again, I'm going to assert most people function from that form of desire, which, if we really break it down to its primal components, it's really the fundamental, perhaps most primal desire of a human being, which is to be loved and accepted.
Yeah.